Hi guys, welcome back to the Home and Homestead. My name is Rebecca, and today you'll be joining me in my kitchen where we make some homemade pizza. If you watched my previous video, I showed you how I make my homemade pizza dough in order to make our pizza crust, and now I'll show you how I put together a tasty homemade pizza, which will be perfect for pizza night. So first what you want to do is get your pizza dough ready. So you can follow my recipe that I have provided for you guys. If you have your favorite pizza dough recipe already or a pre-bought one that you really like, just use that one. Today I'll be using a pizza pan. You could also use a pizza stone or a large oven stone like you may have seen in some of my bread baking videos, but today I'll just use a pizza pan. So here is my pizza dough that I made with you guys in a previous video. I'm just going to place this onto the pizza pan and just take my fingers and just kind of spread the dough out. You can also use the palm of your hand and just kind of smush it out towards the edges. This is a single batch of that pizza dough recipe. So it will make a pizza about the size of this pan, and I guess what would be considered like a hand-tossed style pizza, or a medium thickness pizza. So now that we have our crust all spread out into our pan, now we'll add our sauce. So I have some homemade pizza sauce. You can check out my video on how I make and can my homemade pizza sauce for this recipe. If you like more sauce, then use more sauce. I have a 4-ounce jar that I wanted to use up. I'll go grab another one. I also have some 8-ounce jars as well. But it's nice to have the option of sizes. The 4-ounce jar works really well for when you're doing breadsticks or mozzarella sticks or something like that, and then you have a nice dipping sauce. Now when I make my homemade pizzas, I like to put my toppings on top of the sauce. So what I have here, I have some pepperoni, some soppressata, which is similar to a pepperoni, more of a salami type of cured meat, and this is a spicy one. We also have some shallots that I sliced up, and some green olives that are stuffed with garlic and jalapeno peppers. So I'll put the toppings on the sauce layer. You do whatever your favorite toppings are, or whatever leftovers you might have. I've made pizzas with leftover chicken and barbecue sauce. I've done taco pizzas with leftover taco meat, and just vegetable pizzas with whatever types of vegetables I have from the garden, and you can really just use your imagination and think of whatever combination you feel like that day. And then I top it all with some shredded mozzarella cheese. When I do the barbecue chicken pizza, then I might do a little shredded cheddar cheese with some mozzarella, or a shredded cheddar with a Monterey Jack. That's really good with it too. Now I have the oven preheated to 420 degrees. That's the temperature I like cooking the pizza pan with. If I'm using my large oven stone, the really thick one that I use when I bake breads, then I'll kick it up to about 450 degrees. So we'll bake this at 420 degrees for about 15 minutes, or until the crust is nice and golden and the cheese is melted. But just go with whatever temperature and time works well for your oven. That's just a good starting point, and that's what works for me. So I'll put this in the oven. Alright guys, the homemade pizza is finished. Let me take it out of the oven here. I have a little cooling rack underneath this towel. You can have a closer look at what our homemade pizza looks like. Has a nice crispy crust, and it's more of, I'd say, like a hand-tossed medium thickness. Nice bubbly, crispy cheese. This will be perfect for pizza night. So as I said earlier, if you'd like to see my recipe for the homemade pizza dough for making your own pizza crust, just check out that video that I have. And I also used my homemade pizza sauce today. But you could certainly use whatever your favorite store-bought pizza sauce and just play around with the flavors of the sauces, toppings, and cheeses. Well, I hope you enjoyed our time together in the kitchen where we made some homemade pizzas. If you'd like more inspiration on other recipes, you can check out my recipes in the kitchen playlist. I also have a number of videos on food preservation, gardening, home decor, and organization. Well, if you're new to the channel, welcome. And if not, thank you for joining me again today. If you haven't done so yet, I sure would appreciate you subscribing. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. See you next time. Take care.